Mouse1 here. Welcome to another devlog for A Farmer's Life, the farming game that I am making in Scratch. In this video, I owe you a bit of an apology. Last time I promised you a new release of the game by the next devlog, but I kind of forgot to account for the fact that I had a dance performance this week, which means that multiple hours of the already limited time that I have to spend on developing this game were eaten away. I got a fair bit of bug fixing done, which I will show you today, but yeah, no new release. But I hope that you understand that this is because I'd rather take an extra 2 weeks to give you something that I'm really proud of and to give you the best gameplay experience possible, rather than giving you something rushed and unfinished that doesn't represent the best of me. The first thing I did was to sort out all of the save load stuff that's always such a pain to sort, but is pretty important to do. I had to make sure that any new save codes include any new info that the game now needs, and conversely when loading to be able to read this new info. And it had to be able to set default values for these if using a code from a previous build. Then I went through any of the new things I've added and worked in all the necessary sound effects. Something I forgot when doing this initially was to factor in the volume and mute options that the player can set in their settings, but I did eventually remember to go back through and incorporate that. I realized that I hadn't added a lot of new items to the completion log, so I created the blacked out icon for cotton and the new animal products and got these to appear as appropriate, and then I went through and made sure that it checked for these when unlocking the crops and animal product achievements whenever these achievements are checked for. There were a few bugs with the big rocks from when I changed the farm size, like issues with health bars and quarry regen, so I fixed those. And I added the new crops to the barn refill page, which is something I'd completely forgotten to do until now, creating the correctly coloured icons and making them appear if tier 2 crops have been researched. Next was what I'm thinking might be a bit of a controversial change. I basically slowed everything down a smidge. Trees and crops take longer to grow, fruit trees take longer to produce, and just to balance things out a little, tiles stay watered a smidge longer. I did this for two reasons. First off, with everything working as fast as it did, there wasn't much incentive to use the research lab to speed things up, like it didn't feel rewarding enough. And second, with the amount of features that this game has now, the start of the game felt a bit frantic, like there wasn't enough time to do the other things before having to rush back to the crops you literally just planted. This is a change that I'm keen to get feedback on, and I can always change it back, but I think this creates the early game pace that I wanted a bit more. I definitely prefer it like this. Oh, and another quality of life change, the barn food will now only tick down if an animal is actively growing up or producing whatever it is they produce rather than constantly. This is just to stop penalising the player too much if they forget to check the barn for their animal's produce. And other than that, it was just a lot of playtesting and bug fixing and tweaks. I might regret saying this, but by hell or high water, I will get a version of this out to you by the next devlog. And apart from that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. It lets me know there's something to see more of. Join the Discord link down below, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!